What's up? What's cracking? What's up, little baby? What's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current. Let's get nasty.
What's going on? What's happening? What's up? It's been a long periodically time since we've been out here. Specifically, me, child. We've been busy, but we're back and in full form, honey. So the best way to start back, obviously, would be doing some on-brand, off-script interviews. Okay, and then me and Carl will definitely be catching up with y'all soon about the latest things that have been happening in our lives and what's been going on in the streets of Potomac. Because a lot has been happening in our absences, but good and bad. So we're just going to talk about it all soon. But for tonight, again, we're starting back with our on brand off script interviews. And our interviewee will be none other than our very own Twan Dixon, who is the I guess you can honestly say Twan is actually like the therapist of the web world, okay? Because he's done made his rounds through a few of the shows, whether it's Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Orlando, and then, of course, his own show from a therapist perspective, season 1 and season 2 coming soon. Literally, what, a week away? Like, so it's like, hello, we're going to talk about all the things. We're going to get into Twan, though. We're going to get into who exactly is this therapist, okay? So if you have any questions, comments, and or concerns for Twan at the end of the interview, feel free to be ready. I'll drop the link at the end, and you guys are more than welcome to come on up and chat with us. All questions are on the table, okay? So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in none other than Twan Dixon.
Woo! I am here. I am here on a Friday.
On a Friday, honey. On a Friday night. Okay.
After
Listen.
watching Chasing LA.
Yes, shout out to Chasing LA. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to the cast, both returning and new. Y'all did a great job. I think the premiere was so tea. 10 out of 10
Yes.
from me, honey. And we're going to definitely review it. So be on the lookout for our review because we're going to review it honestly. But I would say 10 out of 10 for the premiere, honestly. It was so good.
It was so good. It was given like Basketball Wives LA meets like the
Yes.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes, I was like, okay, this is giving.
Yes.
And I was excited for Andre because Andre obviously is so tea. He's so great, and this being his first go around executive producing this franchise,
Yes.
kudos to him. Premiere was amazing. It was so amazing.
It was.
But yes, it's one. How are you feeling? How is life treating you?
I am feeling great. Life is keeping me busy. Yeah, all the things of the things. And so let's get into it. But I'm feeling great.
I love that you're feeling great. Well, I'm glad that's a great start. So before we get into the things of the things, like you are a therapist, but sometimes the therapist needs a check-in too. So mental health check, how are you doing and feeling? Where are you right now?
I am feeling great. Of course, I always brag about how I am a therapist that goes to therapy myself. So that's always important. So mentally, I am in a good space today, but just like any other human, I have stress, I have worry, I have anxiety. I deal with a little depression here and there, but that's life, and I just navigate through it. I have great supportive friends that I can always turn to and lean on. And so it's just a healthy balance in my life.
I love that. I love that. And we love a
Yeah.
good balance because that's necessary, honey.
Yes, absolutely.
We love a good balance. Okay, and I'm kind of glad that you have your beverage, which what are you drinking?
I am drinking. First of all, I know a lot of people they be sleeping on Miss Stella Rose over there, honey. I go get me a bottle of Stella Rose, honey, and so I am drinking Stella Rose Black. I have had a long week with my patients, and so
You deserve.
I deserve. I have been doing my big therapy this week, so yes, I am at home, and I just deserve. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and break the ice, honey. So, as I told you beforehand, I love to have fun. And so
Yeah,
with this interview, we're going to get into you, get to know you. I want the people to get to know you as well. Because like I said, there's more to you than just you being a therapist, honey.
it is. It is. I got a whole life over here.
Yes. And we're going to get into the things because one of the things, and I'm going to showcase some of it, you
Okay.
slick chest box. Yes, you are. The girls are going to see. The girls are going to see it.
Slick mess box, or am I just a housewife?
Two things can be true at once.
Mm-hmm, sure can.
Yes. Hey, everybody, for coming in and tuning in. Hey,
Right.
Erica. Hey, UKP. It's so long. It's been so long since the people. It's been literally like a month since we've been out, like doing anything on the socials. We've been so busy.
Yeah,
So, hey, everybody. It's so good to see and experience everyone here. But yes.
absolutely.
So one of the first games we're going to play, because I'm gonna play a couple of them with you in this
Okay.
interview. One of the first
Okay.
games we're gonna play is sip or spill.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna just give you, different scenarios, and you just be and different kind of like questions, and I want you to just ask.
Okay.
Like answer it in your honesty, or if you don't want to answer this one, you gotta sip it. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you got sip or spill. All right.
Okay. I got it.
All right. First one. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is people with no integrity.
Mm.
I'm big on integrity.
You
I'm
and me
big on
both.
that.
You and me both.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that goes a long way with me. Like you can do whatever, but you better have some integrity about yourself.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep it cute still, but I'm gonna rev it up over time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Texting or calling?
Texting.
Love a good text.
Yeah.
Name something like one thing you've judged someone for.
Uh oh my God. Oh my God. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad.
Answer
So
it.
oh, I don't even know if my cousin is watching, but I might apologize. I might not. Um, so I have this one cousin, and we're probably gonna argue after this. I don't give a damn. But I have this one cousin that he is like the guru liar in our family. And so within the last couple of years, um his teeth changed.
Okay.
And so when I saw the new teeth, I was like, oh, hello, dentures. And so, and so everyone has like been calling him dentures ever since. So I judged him for that. And so sometimes I may bust out with a good season 4 line, $50,000 smile. They're done.
They're
They're
done.
done.
I live.
Yeah, so oh God, my cousin is probably gonna be like, you know what, you bitch. And okay, sorry.
I'm screaming. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is the last person you blocked? Sip or spill?
I'm not really much of a blocker. Oh yes, I did. I did block someone. I did. I blocked my god brother Reggie because he did not respect my boundaries. I blocked him on Saturday. Sure did. Saturday morning, about 6:15 that morning. Sure did.
Well, define boundaries. I mean, if it's not too personal.
Yeah. So, if I say that I don't want to talk about a certain subject because of how it's gonna make me feel in the long run, you just respect that.
Yeah.
Especially if the issue is still open, the wound is still fresh. So, and when he said, "Oh no, you're gonna talk about this," I said, "Okay, goodbye." Yeah.
That's actually a good reason.
Yeah, not a problem at all. I hung up the phone, blocked his number, blocked him on all social media outlets. Just email me if you need to reach out to me. But other than that, you're blocked because you were not going to ruin my day, especially not at 6 o'clock in the morning when Jesus and I had just woke up.
Like, how uncouth of him.
Yeah, how uncouth. Like, please go to hell.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Name the ex that you never double back to.
Um,
Listen, I'm gonna
girl,
take
that
that. I'm gonna take
girl,
that slip as is because you would double back to him.
girl, he was up here yesterday, honey.
I see. I knew it. I knew it. The double back was already in session.
Listen, it was a double back, a quarterback, a triple back, whatever, honey. It was back
I-
there.
Listen, let me tell you something. I live for it, honey, because sometimes the ex got to be seen at least once or twice.
Yes, they do have to be seen. It's just something about, that look, that smile, that little, like that smirk that they give, like that emoji smirk.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, you testing my gangster. Gotcha.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Name your biggest turn on. Uh huh.
Oh my God. You know what? I may be a little lame for this. I don't know.
Say it.
I don't know. I may be a little.
It's your turn on.
Yeah, I think I'm a little lame for this. Um, I don't know. I would probably. I don't know. I think I'm a. First of all, I really think I'm a prune in the dating life.
Okay.
So I would definitely probably say like hand holding or hugging, something like that. I'm just
Mhm.
very. Yeah. Hey, oh, that's my classmate. Hey, Patrice.
Yes. Shout out to Patrice.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say like hand holding and hugging on the side of the car, something like that. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. Okay. Period. And now, what is your biggest turn off?
Um, God, this is probably where it's like that caveat of being a blessing and a curse, of like being a therapist. But I would definitely say a big turn off to me is weaponizing my career against me
Mm.
because people have such a perception about therapists. Like they think we're supposed to be perfect, we're supposed to be like these robots, we're supposed to know it all, we're supposed to know how to fix things, we're supposed to be like the security guard, we're supposed to do all these perfect things. And it's just like, no, bitch, we got problems too. That's why we're therapists.
Yeah. No. Seriously.
Yeah, so weaponizing my career against me, that is such a turn off. Like, I have definitely got into some screaming, cussing matches with guys because of that weaponizing of my career. Like, I had told one guy, I don't think he'll ever talk to me again. And one of his closest friends, who's also a friend of mine, she's actually on my show this season. And we got into it because he had weaponized my career against me. Like maybe a year or so ago. And I was like, I returned, returned to serve. And I was like, what if I told you that you're not a great hairstylist and you should just stick to doing French rolls?
Well.
Well, yeah.
And and this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I meant by he's messy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but how does that make you feel though? Like in terms of like when that happens, well, specifically that situation, what about it that really like, what does that make you feel like,
Yeah,
truly?
it's like, oh, there's my class. Is that Anwar? Hello, Anwar. Oh, Anwar will be on my show this season too. That's a little. Oh, Patrice is on my show this season. There's some season two people there.
Yes, I love it.
But I just feel like if we're having a conversation or if we're kicking it and it's like not work hours, why are you like talking about my career? Like we as therapists, we like to turn it off. And my classmates who are in the chat, they would tell you, baby, I am big fun off the clock. Like, so like I don't want to talk about my career when we're like hanging out and chilling and just shooting the shit. I don't want to talk about that. And like, yeah. So that's just oh God. Yeah, don't bring up my career, especially if we're having a disagreement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that. That's horrible to me.
Totally. I definitely feel that. Period. Well, that's the end of our first game, but we got some
Oh,
more games later, honey.
okay, because girl, I was like, oh, I was getting nervous. I thought it was going to be some. I thought it was going to be some chasing questions up in there. I was
Oh,
like,
and it will be. It will be. So
my
be on the
wig.
lookout.
In the words of Nene Leakes, my wig.
Okay. Okay. Be on the lookout. So let's go ahead and get into the things, right? So why don't you give the people your mock introduction of Twan? How would you summarize yourself if you had to tell a mass of people who don't know you, which you are currently doing it now,
Yeah.
people who don't know you, who is Twan Dixon?
Twan Dixon is the goat of the therapy world. I would say I'm one of the goats of the therapy world. I am just your average around the way guy. Born and raised right here in Birmingham, and I am the type of bitch that I just like to maneuver in my own little world, and I just have these wild ideas, and I just believe in manifestation and bringing ideas to life and always surrounding myself around good people and having good fun. I think that's like a perfect description of me. And plus, I'm a Taurus. So read upon me, read upon the
Okay.
sign. And
Okay.
so I'm all of the things of a Taurus, especially the May Taurus. So yeah, that would be me. And I have a very extroverted personality.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And that's kind of going into my next question. So you could, since you spend so much time helping other people and unpacking themselves, who is Twan when nobody's watching?
When no one's watching, I am literally like a homebody, unless like my friends are like, hey, we're going here this weekend or going there. I am such a homebody. I am just a reality TV junkie. I am, is that Corday? Hello,
Yeah.
Corday. Oh my God, I love him.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm just a reality TV junkie. I'm just like a really chill person. I'm very spiritual.
Okay.
I'm very spiritual. I am a preacher's kid. So I grew up in the church, saw the good, the bad, the ugly, and the ugly in the church world. But yeah, I'm just a very when I'm not in front of the cameras or anything of that nature, I'm very homebody-ish. And yeah, just a great friend at that.
Yes, period. I love that. What would your closest friends say is your biggest strength and your biggest flaw since you brought up a great friend?
Yeah, so they would probably say my biggest strength is that I righteously support everybody. I real deal be like supporting all my friends. And that one of my biggest strengths is also my personality as well. Like they have been saying since we were like in high school and even before high school that they always knew I was gonna be like the one that was gonna like be something big.
Yeah.
And then I would just say my biggest flaw. Child, I be in my feelings. I ain't even gonna hold you. I get in my
Really?
yes. Hi, Seven. I get in my feelings, like for real. So yeah, I will get emotional and be in my feelings and be like, you know what, screw you. But yeah, so that's that's probably one of my biggest ones that I do get in my feelings. I would say right now my family is the most challenging thing in my life. So yeah.
Okay, period. And we definitely want to get into your family dynamics when we talk about the show. What would you say is a misconception people have about you before they actually meet you?
They probably the biggest misconception. I don't know, because I'm one of those, I don't even care what folks think about me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even care what folks think about me. Because I'm one of those people that I feel like, when the bills come in the mail, if it doesn't have your name on it, then why should I care? Or if you're not depositing anything in any one of my accounts, Why should I care? Um, so I don't know. Especially you and I both we've worked together on, over at Chasing. I've seen some of the comments that people have said about me. I get right in the comments and troll their ass right back. Like, they'd be like, why's the therapist crying? I don't know why I was crying. Shit, there was a lot going on that day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've never been one to care about what anyone has ever thought about me or how they may perceive me, because that's their opinion and we're all entitled to our opinions. But just know you have an opinion and I have two opinions. So we're just there. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. Hello, is that look at Chasing Reality. Hello there, Chasing Reality. I'm sure that's the boss man running that page.
Yes. We gotta get into all of those things soon too, honey.
Yes.
Yes. So if let's just say, right, in a different world, and you have the option to choose a whole nother career,
Yeah.
what would that career be?
Girl, I'd be a professional wrestler.
You lying.
I am so serious.
Are you serious?
Bitch, I am serious. I would be a professional wrestler, honey.
Okay, wait, let's get into it because that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Bitch, okay, so you're a WWE fan.
Absolutely.
Okay, who would you be under, Raw or SmackDown?
I would be a Raw girl. You got to see me on Mondays.
You got to start the week. Got to.
Start the week off with me, honey.
Okay. That is such a key to me. Like, oh my goodness.
My classmate said WCW or WWE. Girl, WCW in their glory days, but those toxic days, I was like, this is too toxic for me.
Okay. It definitely get a little rowdy back in the
Yes, but definitely WWE in the days of like Sable back in the late 90s and Jacqueline and China. I've always been a girl's girl. So yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
See, my favorite era was definitely the early 2000s of the WWE time frame. Like, oh, what a time.
What a time. Yes, I would be a professional wrestler, for real.
I live for that. That is so hilarious to me.
Yeah, like literally growing up. So I have siblings on both sides, my mom and my dad's side. And one of my brothers on my dad's side, he and I, we just grew up always fighting. And so my grandfather would have us out in the yard, in the front yard, just like duking it out. And I was tearing his ass up every chance I got. The next door neighbor, I was whipping his ass too. Anybody that wanted it, come on and get it. I was suplexing, power bombing, spearing, clotheslining, you name it, jumping off gates and everything.
Yes.
So, yes.
Listen, well, all you got to do is hit Fabio down at Chasing Orlando and, get a little 1-2 in, honey.
Listen, Fabio's a good friend, so I was like, Fabio, you may have to teach me a thing or two, but I'll actually be in Orlando in about 3 weeks, actually.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not participating on the show that they're filming, but I'll be down. I have a brother that lives down there, but anytime I'm in Orlando, I always hit the crew up down there.
I love that, period. So before we move on into the next phase of our statements, because, little tidbits, things I've been hearing in the midst of this, I got to get into your relationship to you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Before we get in, I got one last question. Because you felt like, because you said you don't really give a fuck how people feel or whatever.
Right.
But I know you give a fuck about how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
So what would you say there's something within you actively that you're working on?
You know what? I am actually working on just taking better care of my physical health. I've always kind of had this Janet Jackson type of thing going with the up and down weight. So that is one of the things, being on TV, we always are very critical of ourselves and how we look, how our image comes across. And Tremel and I, we talk about this all the time. Shout out to Tremel. He's one of my closest friends in the franchise. And he's such a great, reassuring friend. But I am one of those people, like, I'm always like, child, I'm just trying to get this body together.
Yeah.
I'm 39 years old, so my weight is always like fluctuating up and down. But also, there are habits that I know that I need to work on and improve on, and get back discipline on as well. So I would definitely say that.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love that. Listen, honestly, I would say I'm probably on the same boat with you right now.
Yeah.
Similar to you, like I've had my little waves of, depression, anxiety, and
Yes.
one of my go-tos for coping is eating. Like I'm a binge eater.
Yeah.
So I eat my fillings, and a lot of people don't know it really, but I fluctuate my weight yearly. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you may see me really small, and then other times, at least me personally, when I see myself, I feel like I'm big as hell,
Yeah.
But other people are like, "Girl, you fine," but I don't be thinking so. And so,
Right.
just so
Right.
we are on the same page in terms of like that physical health, trying to just get back into a good space in terms
Yeah.
of that, like. So, but child, when you in the spaces, we need to just probably set up some stuff to work out together. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Because especially when we think about image, like that's one of the reasons. Like I'm a very open book, like, and people see that on my show this season. But I'd rather take a selfie than a full body picture because I'm just so self conscious. So yeah, but that's my biggest thing with me.
Okay, period. Well, I'm here for it and know that you ain't the only person working on it. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, now, like I said, I want to get into your relationship tea.
What y'all?
Mm.
You know what? People have been telling me they've been hearing things, and I'm like, what is going
Listen,
on in the world of my relationships?
listen, because, and I'm gonna give you and some of the people some tea right now. Okay,
Give it to us, honey.
the people are always in question about like people like yourself and I's relationship status, who we're dating, if we're dating, that kind of thing, right? And that's kind of what I'm already dealing with now, currently, because we're filming season 2 of The Scene.
Yeah.
And a couple people actually asked me in separate time frames, kind of giving like, "Oh, she ain't got no man vibes." Yes,
Okay.
and we're gonna discuss the things, of course. Like we'll talk about it. Everybody know how I get down. We're gonna, in the words of Carl, we're gonna have to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
So, but same as you don't put your relationship, your love life in the forefront of things. I want to get into number one. Why don't you? Is there a reason why you're not like pro visuals in your love life?
yeah, there is a reason why, and of course, as my classmate put in the chat, that I ain't giving out no relationship tea, and she can tell you because the group chat is our group chat that we have together, baby. I'll give up other folks tea, but I'm like Giselle in that moment, baby. I'm gonna talk about everybody else stuff that's
Yes.
mine. And so, but to be fully transparent, because I told you I'm a very open book. Um, I am someone that when it comes down to relationships, I've never I've never had anything serious.
Mm-hmm.
I've had situations that were just very comfortable. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They're very comfortable and very long term. I do better, and I'm just truthfully speaking, I can only speak for me. I do better dealing with a certain type of guys. Um, you know, if you've seen T.S. Madison's interview over with Jason Lee a few weeks ago, I kind of operate in those same sentiments as her. I could
Mm-hmm.
just deal with these type of guys because I know that they ain't finna say nothing. I ain't finna say nothing. Whatever they got going on in their life, they better just keep it under wraps. Whatever I got going on, it's under wraps over here. Um, because dating in our to me for me dating in our world has just been it's been very challenging.
Yeah.
It's been very challenging. um and it it hasn't just always been the healthiest. So it's been very challenging, and I've been in some dark spaces, just situational wise. And I have tried. I swear to God, I have tried. I have tried. But some people just you end up meeting people that they are not supportive of your success and all the things that you have going on. I'm always like, these are my prayers that I prayed and asked God for. And you have your own prayers. And I'm such a huge person that's all about supporting everybody. So, yeah, it's I'd rather just stay in the realm of like what has worked for me on that level of intimacy, without any titles. But maybe one day we'll see if somebody that's for me will come along. We don't know. May see something in season two or hear something in season two. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's just very challenging. It's
Mhm.
very challenging. So I like to just always keep who I do in our realm.
I definitely get that. I'll
Yeah.
say because I want to kind of lightly unpack that. I think, well, I would like to ask to kind of like deep dive a little further. Would you consider that a more of a circumstantial choice versus an actual personal feeling and choice? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like, but based off of, because again, you're from like the southern space, like
Hmm.
in the South, we, and I try to explain this a couple times, and sometimes it gets lost in translation when we say like, when you're from the South, you end up kind of like both in your sector and mine, like
Hmm.
girls like me, guys like you, that we have a tendency to end up coming across certain types of men, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And to me, I was trying to explain to some people that it's kind of somewhat to a degree circumstantial, where in the space that we live in, this very deep South area, you have a tendency to come across those type of guys that want to talk to you based off of the type of dynamic that you can create with them in that
Hmm.
space. You don't really find a lot of, in lack of better terms, open
Hmm.
men who are able to navigate a relationship with you in a positive way.
Hmm.
And some people find it to be kind of like, okay, you're condoning that type of behavior
Hmm.
versus it being, well, this is just my experience and what I have, basically grown accustomed to. So I
Hmm.
would love to know, like, is it really like you necessarily have chosen these type of guys, or do you feel like it's something that in terms of you being accustomed to it based off of your environment and
Hmm.
circumstantially speaking?
Hmm. Yeah, I honestly, I would probably say it's a little bit of both.
Mhm,
I would, and the reason I say that because to me, with my experiences, they've just kind of intertwined. Because if just full transparency, let's look at the web reality space that we're both in.
mhm,
I can tell you that and I'm just speaking on therapist perspective. Hell, I can even take it all the way back to Chasing Atlanta season 4
mhm,
to this day, and I've been in the web reality space now for since 2020, since July of 2020. So we're at 6 years. I've been in the web reality space. Um, I can count on one hand, almost two hands, how many people in our world here in Birmingham where I live that have righteously reached out to me to say, I'm so proud of you, congratulations, this is a great representation for Birmingham, anything of that nature.
yeah.
Crickets. But over there in the heterosexual community, men and women, outpouring of love every day,
Mhm, mhm,
every day.
yeah.
Like literally at my season one premiere party, and me and Dario talked about this. At my season one premiere party, you didn't see no people of the LGBTQ alphabet community there. It may have been like two other, and I'm talking about just guys. There's a few little lesbians up in there, but they bisexual lesbians. Like they play with women every now and then.
Yeah,
But as far as like people that like this is their full time lifestyle,
yeah.
like they were not there. There was no like outside of the chasing people, just Mm-mm, they were not there, and I'm talking about wasn't invited. It was just maybe a couple of handfuls, and these people I probably known maybe 20 years or something. But no, like the it's if you it's such a, and I always say it's just like this envy or something. So it's just hard when we're in the spaces that we're in, because people just have this like this internalized envy or something. But I get more support from just people that don't live our lifestyle at
Yeah,
all. Like
yeah,
literally, one of my best friends, he's a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. He's a straight man. Like we talk every single day, and I can be so open up with him about just anything. Rated G, PG, rated R. I can just be so open, and he don't feel insecure about nothing. He don't feel no type of way, and vice versa. He talked to me about anything. Like we really was just like dogging his baby mama out on the phone not too long ago. Like we used to call her all types of bitches, but but that it's just it. So yeah, it just intertwines like for real. And I literally, there was someone that I was really interested in, like really interested in, and Dominique was like, don't talk to him." Dominique was like, "No, don't talk to him." Tramel was like, "Well, let's just see how that goes." And then, I started sharing some things with Tramel, and he was like, "Oh hell no, don't talk to him."
yeah.
So yeah, it was just not good. It was not good at all. So yeah, so I just it's complicated.
It's complicated. No, I understand what you're saying, and I get it, because I've been in the same space. And
Hmm.
the thing is like, as I've grown older and obviously experienced different people and settings, I've things have definitely evolved.
Yeah.
I can say similarly, I get a lot of love and support from the straights. Okay.
Hmm.
Like I have a lot of guy friends, straight guy friends, both thuggish and
Yes.
geeky. Like I have a lot of mixture of different friends. And I can agree that there is something in the waters in terms of the community that, there is always a lack of support or a lack of interest
Yeah.
that you would think would be there, but there's so many elements to that, and we could talk about that for days, child.
Yes. Yes.
We can talk about that for days. But yes, back to the overall relationship things of the things. Have you ever stayed in a situation longer than you should have?
Girl, yes, I stayed in a situation so long. It was bad. Yeah, longer than I should have. There have actually been multiple situations where I have stayed longer than I should have. So when I got out, I was like relieved. I don't know how production is gonna edit. One of the episodes, but I was like, just a little spoiler. I was talking to someone in the scene, and I opened up about something that I had experienced in a situation with someone. And I didn't think I had said that until like I was driving back home, and I was like, did I really just say that on camera? But it is what it is. So I don't know if production is going to keep that in. Of course, I don't. If they keep it in, it's fine. This is reality TV, so it's out there. But yeah, I've definitely stayed in situations longer than what I should have been in, and it had turned just so toxic.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've all been there at least one time, but
Yeah.
at least you found your time to get out, get
Yeah.
in. That's what matters.
Absolutely.
What's one red flag people ignore too often?
I would definitely say, oh shit, there's a lot of red flags people be ignoring. Um,
Give me three.
oh my goodness. Um, damn. I would definitely say, mm, girl, I'm stuck because I'm just kind of, my head is spinning. Um, I would definitely say the one would be like their pattern of communication. You
Mhm.
got to pay close attention to that. That's a
Yeah.
big thing. How they communicate, how they handle their emotions. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I have this thing. It's speaking on communication. If we're having a conversation
Hmm.
and you cut me off, but I didn't cut you off, that is a red flag for me. That's real. I don't want nothing to do with you no more because that lets me know that you do not have the ability to listen. And listening is a part of communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trying to prove your point, get one up on somebody. So yeah, yeah. If you get to cut me off and we're having a conversation and I never had cut you off while you were speaking, we're done. I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to you. They go for family, friends, and whomever.
Yeah. Because people are listening to respond, not listening to understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't play that at all. So yeah, that is the red flag right there. That one right there in that communication.
Hmm. So I'm around all this up to go into now. Let's get into that ex of yours. Okay. The one you just saw. Hello. My question to you is, considering that he is an ex, any of those red flags that you speaking on, were those red flags shown there? And that's why he's an ex.
They were shown there, but we worked through those. We actually and Anwar, well, she doesn't know who he is, but he has a nickname in our group chat. So we call him 6 years. Um
Oh,
and
6 years.
so yeah, 6 years is an X because um he he has his own truths. Um that are his truths, but they're not the real truths.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, he's an ex for a number of reasons, but yeah, he got some work to do.
Got it. So, considering that we spoke of the red flags, what were the green flags that got you wanting to still keep him around?
He's a good friend. He really is. He's a good friend. Like just being around him, it's always a good time. We we really do have a good friendship. Like he's learned to become caring. We have an age gap, so he's 10 years younger than me. So he's 29.
Okay.
And so we met when he was 22. I was like 31, 32, something like that. Um, so yeah, and we just been tolerating and coexisting with each other and stuff. So, but he's overall he's a really good person. He's a great father to his kids.
Hmm.
So yes, I like those things. He's a hardworking man. And like we really do communicate. We're each other's first person that we talk to every morning. We're each other's last person that we talk to. Well, he's the last person I talk to at the end of the
I love
day.
it.
He say I'm the last person he talks to at the end of the
Okay,
day.
you just know for a fact his last person.
Yeah, but he's the last person I talk to at the end of the
Yes, yes,
day.
yes.
So yeah, yeah. So I know, and why please tell me some Miss JC got all the right questions.
You know, Jacavia Walters is on the case.
Okay.
Okay, listen. But okay, so now, are you someone who falls in love easily, or does it take a lot for you, to connect and for someone to earn your trust?
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to even like you.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So could that be another reason why it's you have this ex who is still around? Like since it takes a while for you to connect with a person, could that also be a reason why it's hard for you to let them go?
Probably so. Well, and you know what? I almost said it ain't hard for me to let him go, girl. It is, honey. It is hard for me to let him go.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard for me to even just like somebody because I'd be
Yeah,
like, child, what do you want? Like, like, why are you speaking to me? Guys, yeah, go over there. Go that way. So yeah,
I'm
it'd be hard
screaming.
for me. It'd be hard for me to like somebody. So yes, it takes me a while. It takes me a while. Plus, like I said, I'm a Taurus. I'm a May Taurus. So I'm always scoping out the scene. I'm like doing a whole background check on you in my head, and you don't even know I'm doing it. So yeah.
Okay. I live. Period. Okay. And I love that. Now, when it comes down to dating, what would you say is your ideal person? Like, if this person walked up to you today and you know that they checked all those boxes and you'd be like, bitch, let's get married. What would that person look like?
He would be chocolate.
Come on, chocolate.
Yeah, he would be chocolate. He would be muscular. Um, he would have waves because I can't do the cornrows and stuff. So he would have waves. Um, Hopefully a six-figure income, just hopefully, but if not, that's okay. He would love the Lord. And let's see, he would be secure in himself.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's when he would have good teeth. And it would be
Okay.
his teeth and not a $50,000 smile.
Not you against the denture community.
No, I love the venture community. Yeah, they're nice people.
I live.
Yeah.
No, okay, let's get into the therapist of it all, right?
Ooh, okay.
Let's get into the things. Now, when did you realize therapy wasn't just a career for you, it was your calling?
I would definitely say it was. So when I went to school, let me just get a little background really quickly. I initially went to school to become a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandmother was a nurse, and so she just really had like really motivated me to go to school to be a nurse. I was in the military at the time, and that's a whole nother thing. The
Baby, we
military.
learning stuff. You in the military, child.
Yes, I am a veteran, honey. And so
Thank you for your service.
yes. And so and baby, those military men, they
Hello. Yes.
listen, I still have a little flashback from some of the ooh, just a little flashback. But yeah, so I was in the military at the time, and I was one of those people at the time. I was just seeing the dollar signs. And it wasn't until my anatomy teacher was it no, it was microbiology. My microbiology teacher had gave me a 79.9, and he knew I was getting ready to apply for nursing school. And but I'm glad he gave me that 79.9 because that had confirmed for me the feeling that I had been feeling to change my major. And so, on my 21st birthday back in 2008, I had changed my major from nursing to psychology. And my family was just like, oh my God, what are you going to do with that? You're not going to get a job, XYZ. Mind you, these are people that was not paying for school because the military was paying for school. So those are the only people that need to be asking me, what am I going to do with this? And so I changed my major from nursing to psychology, got my degree in psychology, and I knew that I was eventually going to get a master's in counseling. And so I had already connected with the graduate program for counseling because at the end of the day, I always knew from childhood that I was a helper. I used to volunteer at the nursing home that my grandmother used to work at back in the 90s. I used to volunteer at the nursing home, read to the patients, wheel them around in their wheelchairs, help feed some of the patients that couldn't eat. I used to break up the fights in the nursing home with the old people because they would be old people
Tussle.
be fine. They be tussling in wheelchairs, and I would help break up the fights and just all types of stuff. So I always knew I had a passion for helping people. I always knew that was my calling. So whether it was going to be nursing or where I'm at today, the overall purpose was to help people. And so when I changed my major, it was just a relief, and I knew that I was headed in the right direction then. So yeah, that's how I knew. I just knew I was a helper regardless.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love it. Period. So going into the next pieces of it, is it hard separating therapist Twan from regular Twan on occasion, or have you
Yes,
found
but because people always want me to be therapist Twan. They always
balance?
want me to be. They never want me to just be regular housewife Twan. They always want me to be a therapist.
Got it. But does it bother
Always.
you sometimes in your friendships?
It does because sometimes I just go. I don't even respond to messages. Like my true friends, they know not to call me, because when I get off work, I at least need 3 hours to get all that off me. That whatever I had heard that day, whoever may have cried, I just need
Yeah,
time to process all that off of me. So sometimes I do have friends that have known me for decades that will be like, they will sneak in their little
issue.
issue, and I just be like looking out the window counting the lines in the road. Like, because I'm not gonna listen to this at
Yeah,
all. Like, they sometimes they don't let me cut it off. Like, literally one of my god brothers, he used to be like my transporter to the airport and from the airport whenever I had to take trips and stuff. It was so bad. It got to the point where now I just take my own damn self to the airport, leave my car there, and I just pay that fee. And long, yeah, I don't even need you to take me to the airport no more because you
okay.
you you turn all those rides into therapy sessions, and I don't want to hear that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd get that. I definitely get that. And actually, that kind of made me think into my own situation with my family because my
Mhm.
aunt is like, she's a pharmacist. Well, she was a pharmacist. She's just retired. But she's like the family doctor almost. Like anytime
Mhm.
something goes on, somebody calling her, even when she's here and everybody's having a good time, somebody will randomly bring something up to her. So that just
Mhm.
makes me think into taking into account, like maybe sometimes we have to, turn it off for them too. Like
Yeah.
instead of always putting that on them. They need a break as well.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I just be like, child, I am tired. I ain't got time to hear nobody else problems. Let me get you a referral. Let me let me connect you with somebody. But yeah, I literally sometimes they just do it, people have a hard time letting me cut it off. Like, honestly, when I introduce myself to people, if I'm out somewhere, I don't even want you to know I'm a therapist
Yeah.
because that's just my career. If I'm introducing you to me, I would just want you to know me. I don't need my career to identify me. Like, you can learn about that later on. I don't even tell people I do reality TV.
Hmm.
Like, if you know, you know. But if not, like, I've literally, like, I've had clients that have signed up for therapy and or signed up for consultations, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's you!" It's like, yeah, it's me. And in my head, I'm like, "Oh my God, don't ask me nothing about no show." And they're just be like, "So it's what you call it really like that on off camera?" And I'm like, I'm like, oh, don't ask me nothing about them.
Yes.
So yeah.
I feel that. So going into the overall piece, because I'm a transition from us talking about you being a therapist to from a therapist perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
cute little switcheroo.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I want to kind of know and understand when it comes down to therapy, and also providing that sense of counsel to people. Um, when you see where we are at in this current climate and the certain conversations that are being had, whether it's on social media or any like political debate or just the overall like conversations that are being had, period, um, do you feel like there are some misconceptions that are being put out there, like any myths or things that
Mhm.
people are just saying that are basically like these easy fixes when in actuality they aren't? Like, is there anything that you can probably point out?
Yeah, me and my therapist friends are tired of influencers, these attractive ass influencers on the social media, miss with their misconceptions of trauma bonding.
Hmm. Okay.
Like, we're tired of it. We're tired of people turning to TikTok and Instagram for their therapy fix because no, that's just a little whatever they telling y'all. That's just a little whoop de doo just to get you inspired for them 10-15 minutes because you still gonna be down in that dark hole until you ready to actually talk to someone with a actual license like mine, 3905 in the state of Alabama. 12255 in the state of Georgia. Someone who is a licensed supervisor for the state of Alabama, meaning I train pre-licensed therapists who are working towards fully licensure. Like until you talk to someone with some real credentials, them little influencers on social media ain't it.
Yeah.
And we get so tired of like people on their podcasts, you know, with these wrong definitions of trauma bonding. Like trauma bonding is not two people with a shared type of trauma. No, trauma bonding is when your ass still involved with the person that's abusing you, whether that's your mama, your dad, or some sort of partner that you've been involved with, and you have not learned how to detach and set boundaries in that relationship to help you grow and progress in life and help your ass heal. That's
Yeah.
when you stand stuck, okay, in those unhealthy spaces. That's what that trauma bonding is with the people that's been hurting you. So yeah, it's just a lot of misconceptions out there, and that's one of the biggest when people you just hearing these influencers and stuff. Like even a while back, probably a couple of years ago, the creator of Chat GPT, whatever it's called, he had to like come out on and do like a news interview and tell people, hey, my platform is not therapy. It is not a therapist. Stop using my platform for therapy because there was like somebody that committed suicide or some shit
Yes.
from Chat GPT or whatever the case may be.
I
And
remember that.
so it's like that man could have went to damn prison for that.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So people, if you really considering therapy, go to therapy. Like I even saw something last night from one of my social media friends. And he listen, I don't care I don't judge where nobody money come from. Your money is your money, my money is my money. And he was like, he was making a video or reel or whatever, and he was like, yeah, you know, because people ask me, you know, what are the steps to how I got to do this, and you know what, the number one step is to just do it. No, we already know to just do it. Like, what is the actual step that you took? What was step number one that you took to start this? Because
Yeah.
telling someone just do it, that's just a fucking blanket statement. Excuse my language, I've been drinking. But that's just a blanket statement. We all know how to just do it. The people that made the shoe told us to just do it.
Okay. Sound
So
like
ain't nobody looking for that. I remember when I was getting into one, you know, when I was first interested in starting my business, I had called someone that I looked at like a mentor, and I was in the Milo's drive-through. Give me a four-piece tender combo, substitute the drink for a cookies and cream milkshake. And I called her and I was like, hey, you know, I just have some questions about private practice. And just, you know, I was on the phone with her and she told me, well, just trust God. Bitch, I got that down pat. I'm a preacher's kid. I've been doing that for years. Like, and in that moment, I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm trying to compete with her or take food off her table. Baby, there's enough room for all of us to eat. Then she had told me, well, why don't you just get back in school and live off of refund checks?
What kind of advice is that?
Baby, I've never talked to that lady ever again. And no shade, not trying to like be mean or nothing, but her business is not doing the numbers that it used to do. But I'm not saying that was karma or anything, but I am saying what goes around does come back around.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's just those types of misconceptions. And thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
I love that. And we appreciate it because there definitely is quite a few, but I
Yeah.
definitely can agree that's definitely one of the top ones.
Yeah.
Girl, if we go into social media, like social media can fix your issues. It can't.
It can't. It
It-
cannot. And we as therapists get tired of seeing it.
right. And I don't blame you. I'm tired of seeing it myself and I ain't a therapist.
Right.
Yeah. But in other news, now let's get into from a therapist perspective. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now you are gearing up for your second season, which
Yes.
is July 23rd, correct?
Yes, July 23rd, season two premieres.
Yes, I'm very excited for you.
Yes.
Season one was definitely great. I think the concept is great. Let's get into the in and outs of how you even got into this reality TV space. So, of course, you connected to Chasing Reality. Give the people a little backstory on how you connected to Chasing Reality, Ergo, and Dario.
Yeah, so I, I'm gonna give you the quick Cliff Notes version. So in 2019, my dear friend, the love of my life, my brother Dominique, he had called me. And for those that don't know, Dominique and I, we have been friends since like 2007. Like Dominique is who put me on Jasmine Sullivan. Like I still listen to her first album to this day.
I love her.
Um and so Dominique and I, we have been friends for like nearly 2 decades now. And in 2019 he had called me and he was like, brother, I'm gonna audition for season 4 of Chasing Atlanta. And I was like, oh my God, you'll be great for the show. Because what people don't know is that back in the day, I'm giving a little tea, and I hope Ken don't get me, that back in the day, like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there, Kendall was actually had no, he had actually created a reality show called Kings of Atlanta, and Dominique was one of the cast members on there. And it was almost like housewife-ish. And but I don't know what came of the show. One of the cast members actually ended up passing away like a few
Oh,
years after that. um but so fast forward to 2019, Dominique had called me. He said he was going to audition for Chasing Atlanta. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to pick you. They've never had a dog groomer on the show. They have the rappers and the models and the fashion stylists and things of that nature, but this is going to be something different. I told him, I said, you need to go in that audition, let them know you groom Missy Elliott's dogs and you have these celebrity clients, which he really does and did at the time. And Dominique said, brother, if I make it on the show, I'm bringing you with me. And I said, I'm not finna go to that ghetto ass shit. They be over there tussling. I'm like,
okay.
no, I'm not going over there. And so, but boy, did I eat my words. Because when they were filming season 4 during COVID, if you go back and watch season 4, episode 5, there was a tussle. Troy had a brunch,
Mhm.
and Kendra and just the whole tussle of it all.
Iconic.
And yes, and Dominique had mentioned my name to production about coming in and just talking to the group. And I got the call. And fun fact, I was not licensed in Georgia at the time. And so I came in and I filmed the season 4, episode 6. And my grandmother always told me if you do something one time, at least you did it. And I always said I was going to be on reality TV. I knew I was going to be on the real world. This is a story about 7 strangers picked to live in a house. Like,
Yes.
listen, okay? And my dad introduced me to reality TV way back in the day because even if you go back to the first season of The Real World, there was a white girl on season 1 named Julie, and she was from right here in Birmingham. And so my dad had introduced me to reality TV very early on by watching The Real World. And so, of course, I came on the show through Dominique. And like I said, I did season 4, episode 6. And I want to say it officially aired like December of 2020. And people were like reaching out, looking for me for therapy and all this stuff. And like I told you, I'm a Taurus and I'm a May Taurus and I love me some candy birds. So I got into my Candy Birds bag and I was like, let me capitalize and get my license in Georgia. And
Yes.
so Chasing Reality, Chasing Atlanta specifically, opened the door for me to get licensed in Georgia because that also was a prayer of mine to be licensed in multiple states. So it took me it took God putting me here on Chasing for me to get licensed in Georgia. And then Dario called me for season 5 and I came in, I think I did 2 episodes in season 5. And a little fun fact, I was actually considered as to host the season 5 reunion. But of
Okay.
course, it eventually went to TTB. But
Uh-huh.
I was considered. I was actually considered to do it. And of course I didn't get selected. I wasn't mad about it. I don't have like a big social media fan base to this day. And Dario did keep his word. He was like, but you're gonna host a reunion one day. You're gonna host a reunion. He never said where, but he said you're gonna host a reunion, and he kept his word. And so, of course, Dario invited me back for season 6. Netflix, and I was invited to do a spinoff with one of the cast members from Chasing Atlanta. So I was featured in his spinoff, and so it just each year I continue to get invited back, and of course eventually got an opportunity to go work with the Dallas crew, not the Dallas crew, excuse me, the Orlando crew,
Yeah.
hosting their season 1 reunion. And so when it came down to therapist perspective, and Dario actually called me 2 years ago. It was around this time 2 years ago, July of 2024, and he was calling me, and we were discussing the possibility of bringing Chasing Atlanta back for season 7. And he actually had asked me, and I'm just spilling shit now, but he had asked me who are 3 people that I think should come back for season 7. And I gave him my recommendation of 3 people who should come back for season 7, which were Dominique, Troy, and Tony Bryce. Those were my 3 picks to come back for season 7, because I knew his idea was to like revamp.
Yeah.
And in that same phone call, and my friend DeAndre had just passed away at the time too. So I was like dealing with that. And then Dario said, okay, so we need to get ready to do your own show. I said, what show? And he said, your show. I said, and Dario, I live in Birmingham. What we finna do? Like, what exactly are we finna do? What are we gonna do with this? And so we talked and we talked, and we talked some more. And I said to Dario on the call, I said, if we do this show, we have to show my life. We have to show my life, because I don't want this to be like that other show on the major network. And I'm going to tell you, and we all know what show I'm talking about on the major network, the Fix My Life show. I did not want my show to be like that, because number one, the person that's over that show is not a licensed therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. Number two, the person over that show re-traumatized or continue to add on to those people's trauma, to the point where some of those people who live in Georgia have been on that show, and they actually see me for therapy in real life to this day. So so I do have clients who were actually on that show. You won't see them on Therapist Perspective at no point, because they're just not comfortable going back into those reality spaces. Um, but I do see some of those people, and I never want to be that type of person, because that's not how we talk to people. We don't get in their face and yell at them and throw stuff, and that's not therapy. That's actually harm. And in therapy, we believe in the harm reduction model, and
Mm-hmm.
that person, that lady, was adding to the harm of the people in their trauma.
Yeah.
And so I said, if we do this, we have to show my life. Kind of how on Married to Medicine, you see Dr. Jack and Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone and Dr. Contessa. You see them being doctors, but you also see them living life as well.
Yeah.
And so that was just important to me to show what was going on in my life at that time as well. And so voila, Therapist Perspective was created. Um, we did 5 episodes the first season. I thought it was really great. And with spin-offs that we've seen on Chasing Reality, most spin-offs have only had 1 season. So I was okay with just doing my one and done and coming on back home to Chasing Atlanta. But of course I got offered a season 2, and I said, okay, well let's do it again. And so here we are.
I love it. And season 2 seems like it's going to be so tea. So for the people who haven't seen it, go check out the trailer, because again, July 23rd is right around the corner.
It is, honey. It is.
So give us a little, let's unpack season 2 for a second, because one of the things that you just was saying, like, you're revving up for a season 2 means elevation, means taking things to the next level. What are some changes that you would say have happened from season 1 going into season 2?
Season 1 was a great introduction to my career overall.
Yeah.
That was a great introduction. It was a great introduction into um just the real life dynamics of what people are going through. But season two, I would definitely say you see, once again, with reality TV, if I'm doing reality TV, it has to be what's real in that moment of like what's really going on in my life. I'm one of those people that, camera or no camera, it was going to happen regardless, whatever was
Right.
going on in my life. So season two, you're definitely going to see me have a lot more. You're going to see a lot of my fun side in season
Mhm.
two. You're gonna see a lot of my fun side. You're going to, of course, see those powerful stories and conversations. Um, you're gonna see people chasing reality alumni and current chasing reality talent now. You're gonna see like more of my family. You're gonna see like more of my friends. Um, and I would definitely say there are some surprises in every episode this season. Right when I thought the surprises and the bombs were going to stop, and I'm thinking, well, okay, look, if all that has happened, now we're just like mellowing out. It just kept going. So I say, I think there's a bomb that's dropped in every episode.
I love it.
Especially
So,
that first episode, honey. That child, Jesus, I was not ready for the bombs that came out in the first episode. Ooh, child, I'm still recovering from that.
well, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I
season two is a really, really good. One of my my son, who's a nurse in New York, he was like, when he saw the trailer, he was like, "Why were you why did you break the fourth wall?" I was like, son, you just have to see what happened. You just have to watch it. Because now we have to relive it. So it is what it is.
yes, you have to relive it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, like you said, you have a mixture of chasing alumni and current chasing talent. So we have Nova on this season. You have
Yeah.
Tramel. You got Wayne the Pain. Like, give me, if you can say, one of those people this season, if and not even just them, but anybody else that you are having your sessions with this season, give out like your favorite person that you have had on this season.
Oh my God. EJT.
So
Um,
I'm gonna make it a little harder. I'm gonna split it. Give
okay.
me your favorite person, but then also give me your favorite conversation.
Okay. So number one, let's just preference once again, the entire season is great.
Yes, yes.
Because things that I thought was gonna be in the trailer were not in the trailer.
Mhm.
But they're definitely gonna be in the episode because I was like, oh, I thought this was gonna be in the trailer. I thought that was gonna be in the trailer. Um, my favorite conversation, all of them are my favorite, but the
Mhm.
one that I'm excited for the world to see is from Cameron. Cameron Sweat, the OG, the
Yeah.
OG of Atlanta, honey.
Yes.
Baby, baby. I think when we got done, we was just sitting there like, okay, Cameron. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I literally my day was so booked because I had to come back to Birmingham. I think I drove back to Birmingham in just complete silence.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Cameron did his big one, like to the point where I was like, "Where was this bitch at on Chasing Atlanta?"
That's what's so funny. It's like I guess there's layers to vulnerability because I
Mhm.
felt like when he was on Chasing, he did show a level of vulnerability. But then when me and him met in person, and then like I've experienced him a few times in different settings, like he's such a Tom. You know,
Yeah.
he's such a
Yes.
Tom.
Yes. That is he. I would definitely say he's my favorite story for everyone to see. Um, Yeah. Oh my God. Like, yeah, all the stories this season are good because you're also going to see clients, my actual clients. You're going to see them on the show this season as well.
Yes.
Um, I would definitely say Nova has a really good story too.
Hmm.
She has a really good one. That would be my second favorite one. She has a really good one, and I think for all the people that was giving my girl a hard time, you're gonna see a side of her um, that sets her up for success
I love
in
that.
in the web reality space. Yeah, you're gonna see a side of her. Nova is gonna be Nova regardless, but she's such a phenomenal person. Like hands down. Now who I enjoyed filming with the most, was that the question?
Your favorite person, but that could be same either.
My favorite person, oh my God. So here's a spoiler with that. My favorite person this season would be Tremel.
Hmm.
It would be Tremel. Tremel actually shows up 3 times on my show this season.
I love that.
Yeah, he's the one that showed. Yeah, he makes the most appearances this season. Tremel is such a, oh my God. I don't care what y'all say about my friend in them comments during season 7. Keep them to yourself. But he is oh my God, so much fun to film with this
He's a
season.
time.
Yeah, he's such a good time. I saw a snippet of something we had filmed, and I forgot we had even filmed that, because when you film these shows, like you filmed it, but it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah, now I remember, and we don't remember what we said in the scene because we're in those real life moments, but even when you look at the trailer and Tremel like screams because I was describing something, it was a key. It was a key.
Yeah.
Tremel was so much fun to film with this season. So much fun.
I love that. So
Yeah.
considering that you have a mixture of like your real life clients, and then of course you are having reality stars as well. Um, what surprised you about working with reality TV personalities, versus you working with, like you said, your regular clients?
Um, their ability to trust me with their stories.
Mm,
And just how in those moments I really was sitting there in my thoughts like, man, why didn't we know this when you were on the show?
yeah.
It was those moments. It was a lot of those moments where I was sitting back reflecting, like, dang, why didn't we know this? And you know what? There's a time and a place for everything. And, I just believe in things aligning and manifesting in the proper way. So, yeah, the moments that were shared and talked about really had me sitting there like, wow, who you were back then or during that era of your life is completely opposite from where you're at today, or what you may be dealing with today, and how you're choosing to navigate those things. So
Yeah.
just them being able to trust me with their stories, that was so prolific to me. Yeah.
I love that. And as far as the future of from a therapist perspective, is there anybody that you would like to see for season 3? Like, is there like a dream client?
Yeah, so if there is a season 3, I would love to see Troy. I would love to see. Troy, we had talked about season 2.
Mhm.
We had several conversations about season 2, but with scheduling and everything, it just couldn't. It didn't pan out how it needed to. But I would love to see Troy. Um, let's see. I would love for my wonderful executive producer to come from behind the camera.
That would be good.
And yeah, I would love for my executive producer to come from behind the camera. I would love to actually fly to the different chasing reality locations and meet with certain people like Jet Jeff and Andre. I would love to do that. I would also love to, like, other web reality shows, pull people from different genres of other web reality shows and just bring them over here and just kind of See what's going on. Why you over there tussling over there on that show over there like that? You
Um,
know. So yeah, those are some things that I would like to see, just to give space for their audience to see and know more about them as well. But I would definitely love to pull the executive producer of mine from behind the cameras.
oh yes, he has a lot to discuss.
Listen, okay.
I want to say before I move on is that I want to give you your flowers because I think you don't know how important what you're doing is.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I'm gonna let you know and remind you. It's so important. We don't have a lot of Black people, let alone Black queer people, who are in this field and are doing it well and actually take it seriously and really see a vision for how they want to continue to grow and build it. And I think from a therapist perspective, number one is a great concept.
Yeah.
And I appreciate not only your own vulnerability in your personal life, mixing that into that, but then also the ability to grow this new idea and wanting to kind of like build this space. Because again, going back to what I've told everybody, it's like this web world space is more important than we want to, give it credit for. It's a very important space for us to really be creative and really showcase things that we may not get the opportunity to showcase in the mainstream space. And not only that, it's control. Like we have the ability and control over our creations here. And so from a therapist perspective, I personally can see it continuing on number one, but then also like you said, connecting to other web spaces and other shows, bringing these people in, having conversations, and also providing an extra layer to viewers to get to know them,
Yeah.
like because that's kind of similar what I want to do with these interviews. Like I want people to get to know y'all outside of just what they see on y'all shows. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has different layers to them. And so I appreciate you for doing this and your contribution to our space, your contribution to society and us positive mentality. Like you're
Yeah.
doing the damn thing. So kudos to you.
Thank you, love. I received that because we both know it is not easy doing this all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And you really have to have a strong mindset. You really have to really block out the noise and block out the distractions and just go in. And of course, we know a lot of the work that we do is for entertainment purposes. And, you know, we know people want to see the drama, and my whole thing is this. I know with my show specifically, I don't have a lot of ratings. I'm not sitting on the numbers that Chasing Atlanta and stuff is sitting on, and that's fine. But I'm one of those people, if I just touch one person, then I've done my work for the day. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely encourage people, please watch the show. It definitely gives you, like, of course, my career gives you like my housewife type of life, my family life, the drama with that. And it's just a well balanced show, and we keep the story going. There are multiple storylines this season, especially with my personal life. I think you see about three storylines with my personal life this season, but everything just flows. And so, as long as Chasing Reality would have me, I'm gonna be here. Um, a little spoiler alert. I don't know if you watch Bell Collective over on network,
Yeah.
but we do have Bell Collective Birmingham, and Tiffany, she's one of my good friends, and she was supposed to make an appearance this season, but the girl be busy, so
Yeah.
we'll see. If my girl will make an appearance on season 3, if there is one. But Tiffany is a good friend of mine. She's so supportive. I may need to pop up on Bell Collective Birmingham at this point. um,
Good.
Look, if I pop up, I'm definitely gonna take Andaria with me to them because, baby, we have to create these spaces and opportunities for each other. And
Yes.
you know, I just appreciate everyone who just supports the show. I remember when I was offered the show, the first person I called was Dominique, because if it wasn't for Dominique, I wouldn't be here. And just his blessings and just how he's been so supportive. And so I never want to do anything that does not include him. Loyalty goes a long way with me, integrity goes a long way with me. So as long as I have this show, Dominique will be on every season, and vice versa. And that's that loyalty and that commitment that we have to each other, and just people that just all around support and just understand and I'm here. I want people to always know I am here. I am human. And when y'all get the trolling in the comments, I'm gonna troll you right back.
As you should. As you should. I love it. Well, again,
Look,
if
someone
people
had put someone
oh,
put in the comments, they was like, yeah, he's been trying to get his own show. No, I was actually sitting at home minding my business, and production called me while I was cooking.
I know that's right.
They called me. I was minding my business, just waiting on season 7 to come back. Waiting on my contract for that. So, we have to shut them down. And I ain't gonna never argue with you. You
As
know
you
what I'm
should.
saying? I ain't finna argue with you because, baby, well, I'm from the west side of Birmingham. You better research it, baby. You don't even want to meet me in real life on that type of time. So,
That's it.
yes. Yes.
So well, I'm gonna play one last game with you. Now, this game is called From a Therapist Perspective.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you different scenarios in the chasing spectrum, in the reality TV spectrum, and I want you to give your therapist perspective. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start off small, right? And let's
Mhm.
get into the current stuff. Give us your take on the Nova versus Althea story of this season. What is your opinion?
My opinion is we could have got over that a long time ago.
Hmm.
We could have got over it a long time ago.
Yes.
Yes. Once again, going into keeping the story going, if I was to give my overall honest opinion, first of all, I love both of them. I have a relationship with both of them. I talked to Nova recently. I talked to Alfia. We chatted not too long ago. My honest opinion is that storyline, in my opinion, and I'm not blaming production. I'm not blaming anyone, actually. But I feel like we stayed stuck on that one that it, to me, it took away room from everybody else story. Like I wanted to know more about, and I'm sure if Sammy is brought back for season 8, I want to see him to transition from this Cynthia Bailey role to giving me more of a Drew Sidora role. Like give me something. I
Hmm.
want to see more of Sammy. I want to see more of Carl and his, because Carl reminds me of Dr. Heavenly. Just come in,
Yeah.
start the mess, and want to still be everybody's friend. So I want to see more of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's Dominique. So yeah, I just think that story specifically, we stayed stuck on it too long. And then when it finally came out in the public, the viewers stayed stuck on it too long. And they just, now, all the people that was hating and all this stuff, they were spewing some dirty stuff, and they was just wrong. And yeah, I think we stayed stuck on that one a little bit too long, that it took away from us focusing on other stuff.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
100% agree with you and receive your statements. Like,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Let's go into your good friend Trebell
Yeah.
and his dissonance amongst the elites. Do you feel like he was misunderstood, or do you feel as though everything that they were saying is true? You don't sip this one, boo.
I feel like um I feel like everyone was misunderstood in
Mhm.
that. um I feel like everyone was misunderstood, and I think at some points people were talking around in circles instead of talking directly. So
Yes,
yeah, so I think there was a lot of misunderstanding with that. So my thing is just everyone being fully direct with each other, and not talk around in circles. So yeah, I think everybody was misunderstood, honestly.
received. Absolutely received. And we're staying with Tremel because how do you feel about Tremel's disconnect specifically with Q?
First of all, that is, I ain't got no feeling. I ain't got no feeling because I tell people all the time, me and Q, me and Q go at it, and me and Q, we have a relationship outside the cameras, and we go at it. Q actually had called me while I was at the car wash, and he confronted me. He was like, "And you commented on Tramel's post, and you laughed." Q, I'm grown. Don't you ever call me and confront me about nothing while you sitting on the steps at the Ivy showroom. Don't you ever in your life dial my number on the FaceTime and confront me, a 39-year-old with nieces and nephews and godchildren and real life bills and mortgages, and tell me I can't comment and haha on my friend posts. Simple as that. I just thought it was stupid. I thought it was ignorant, and it was a waste of time. But that damn Q and Dominique, oh baby, baby, it's a gag. I live for that. Baby, I was gagging on the inside, and I'm gonna continue to gag on the inside and even on the outside. Call me messy, but yeah. Yeah, I thought the Q and Tremel of I thought it was flat. It had no landing. And even with the things outside of the camera, you know, some stuff was just a little bit too it was unnecessary. Like, stop all this bullshit, taking pictures of
Yeah.
folks at the train station and shit and threatening folks. Fuck that. Cause I wish you would threaten me.
Hello.
I Let's get it clear. I am a disabled veteran. I'm on papers. So when I react, you know where it came from. It came from the PTSD, and I thought I was in a war somewhere and you was a terrorist. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't leave the shit in the reality TV space. Stop getting so low and dirty and trying to threaten people and calling folks some burner numbers and shit like that. That's how you really get fucked up in life. So I
Yeah.
put it out there.
Well, yeah. Well, I've always had love for all the girls. I just, recently found out I was unfollowed though. So,
Girl.
the people don't like me, and I don't even be knowing until I randomly come across, and I'm like, how did I get unfollowed? What did I do?
Girl, join the club, honey. Join
But
the club.
it's still all love for the people, honey,
It's
because
still all love, child. Somebody from
yeah,
season 6 said unfollow me, child. I don't give a damn.
it is what it is. It
It
is
is
what
what it is.
it is. What it is. Okay, next scenario, because you already technically answered it, was the Q and Dominique of it all.
Oh, I live.
It was a key.
Oh, it was a key, baby. And Dominique, let me tell you something. I'm not just saying this because I'm Dominique's friend, but baby, Dominique went light. Dominique went light.
You
That was light work for Dominique, honey. That was a little baby. Let me just goddamn fluff your shoulder pads. That's all that was, honey. That was a little. Let me just shift your little shoulder pad, baby. That was light work.
It was.
Because if Dominic really would have clocked in and gave him a good old Kenya Moore mixed with Nene Leaks, baby,
It would have been a thing.
it would have been a thing. That was slight work.
It was. It was.
Dominique is a Dominique is the product of Nene Leak's favorite parts and Kenya Moore mixed in one. He's the 3-in-1, baby. That was light work. That was a little girl. Let me give you this regular gas, because if I have to put diesel in you.
I live.
Yeah, that was real light. That was real light. The Dominique I know, baby, that was real light.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go kind of a little bit back in history,
Mhm.
not too far. Now we're going to get into considering that these both are your friends.
Yeah.
What is your therapist's perspective on the disconnect and disillusion of friendship between Dominique and Troy?
I think that in the proper time they can work it out because they both of them really do have love for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think in the proper time, they can work it out. And both of them have to be ready for it. And it's just going to really take the two of them without the distractions of any friends. It just
Yeah.
needs to be the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they can work it out. I think it's just been too many um moving of parts that was not a part of the puzzle anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, those two, because both of them are really good people. And Troy's birthday is Sunday, so happy early birthday, Troy.
Okay,
Um,
Troy.
yeah, both of them, they're really good people. And they really did and can still have a brotherhood. They really can. But both people have to be willing to hear the truth and work through it together. Everything ain't meant to be on camera or whatever the case may be. Everything ain't meant for entertainment purposes because sometimes some stuff can really hurt.
Yeah,
Um, and so yeah, they can definitely, I truly believe that they can definitely work it out together. They're both grown, they're both getting older. Their knees are not going to work after a while. So so
not the knees. I'm screaming.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, they would definitely be fine because I definitely love both of them, and I love them together.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love them together. Um, yeah, it's a misunderstanding that has just gone, that has blown up, and I think it has blown up by people that don't want to see them together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel that. I feel that because I've always enjoyed them on TV together. Their
Hmm.
vibe, their moves together was always tea to me.
Yeah.
Um, and I would hope that there would be room for them to have some kind of conversation,
Yeah.
with time and some healing.
Hmm.
I also think, there's nothing wrong with a good argument. I think that's sometimes you got to get it all out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And when we think about it all, we really are dealing with real life stuff. People don't know what we're dealing with, like in our families and stuff. And so this petty bullshit, it doesn't mean anything. Like I had a disagreement with one of Dominique's friends earlier this week. It is what it is. And we'll be all right. We'll be all right. He said what he said. I said what I said. We both grown. We'll be all right at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's just really how the game goes, especially when you have a real bond with a person. Like you can
Yes.
go through your things, and then like even in like pauses, like that little time away can make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. Dominique and I, we haven't always been on the best terms. And,
Yeah.
he has to take his breaks, and that's okay. But one thing about it, he ain't going to turn that location off. he
Okay.
ain't gonna turn that
Listen,
location. I'm always had that location.
that's it.
So it's a problem when it's gonna be a problem that location get turned off. Then I'm gonna know, oh Lord, something really bad. But no, and they'll be fine. I truly believe it. I truly believe it. Absolutely.
Yes. Period. So that was the end of our questionnaire. Now we get to
Yes.
the very end of the things because we made it to the end of the interview.
Yes.
You
Yes.
ate this down. First off, thank you for being here. I'm so glad to have been
Absolutely.
able to sit down with you and chat. This was really cute.
Yes. I'm glad you had me.
Yes, and I'm so like again, I'm so excited for you for season two. I really see you continue to grow and evolve in this. And then of course, like I said, I would hope that we get to see you more often over here in the on brand space. You
I,
know,
you know what? I think someone sent me a message on Instagram over at the on brand space. So we'll see. We'll see.
Chelsea, indeed. But before we go, I want you to go ahead and let the people know what's next for Twan outside of the show.
Yeah, so of course, number one, the show, Therapist Perspective. Please tune into season two. Every episode this season is amazing. Shout out to Ondario, my wonderful executive producer. Like when I say this season is amazing, it really is. It really is. Outside of the show, just working, of course, working full time as a therapist, running my business, and just living life. And getting back just enjoying life, because we get so busy in life that we forget to enjoy it at times. So me traveling, me just hanging out with my friends, just living a peaceful life. I am enjoying being 39 years old. This is my last year in my 30s, and I'm just
Yes.
looking forward to 40 and navigating just the dynamics. We can only live life one day at a time, one moment at a time. So I am just enjoying these moments. I am just enjoying life. I am enjoying the people that are currently in my life and just praying that everyone is here forever in my life. So yeah, that's literally what's next, what's current, what's right now. I do have a premiere party July 21st. So, everyone that comes to the premiere party will see episode one a couple of days before it actually premieres. So I'm excited about that. So, and if anyone's ever been to one of my events, whether it's a premiere party or anything I have in Birmingham, it has a great turnout. So yeah, I'm excited about that, my premiere party. Yeah, that just life. And of course, hanging out with my friends. Yeah, I think I said that already. So yeah.
I
And
love
possibly popping up on some shows and chasing Atlanta season 8 if they have me. I think
yes.
I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be there anyway because of certain conversations. But yeah,
Listen, all I know is I can see it for you. You about to be a busy man
I
in these
am.
railroad streets.
Yes, I am. I am. So I think I'm gonna be coming over. I need to come to the Potomac streets here soon.
Oh, absolutely, because the Potomac streets be busy.
Let me be busy.
They be busy, and we gotta sort through some things.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna sort through some things. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So yes,
I love it. But yes, I've already dropped the link. Anybody have any questions they would like to bring to Twan? The door is open. How
yeah.
are you feeling? How'd you feel? Decompressed, right? See, we did light messy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's not
I
like,
love a little white
yeah,
messy. Look, let me tell you, I literally someone had asked me. I think it was one of my good friends. They don't do all this stuff. They was like, if you were to, what was the question they asked me? It's like if you were to, compare like the season 7 cast of Atlanta to like a housewife or something, who would each person be? And we really played that game. I was like, oh my god, yeah, I can see them being this person, this person, this person. So it was very
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I was like, Tony Bryce would give me Emily Simpson from OC Housewives.
Okay.
Yeah, because Tony Bryce is a whole attorney. Like
Yes, she
she be in this game. Emily's an attorney. I would say she would be like the Emily Simpson. I was telling them that Carl would be like Dr. Heavenly because he always just messy. Um, I would give like Althea. I would give her Margot from Love and Hip Hop. Like she
okay.
would, yeah, Margot. Um, she just reminds me of Margot from like Love and
Mhm,
Hip Hop. What was that, season 4 or something like that?
mhm.
Um, yeah, I went through the whole cast. I was like naming who everyone would be. Dominique would so be King. No, he wouldn't be Kenya Moore. Dominique would definitely be like Nene, and Q would be Kim Zolciak.
Yes, Zodiac.
Yeah, Sammy would be Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah,
Um,
he's so
no,
Cynthia Scudder.
yeah, Nova would so be Jocelyn slash Cardi B. Like, yeah, Tremel would always. Who did I say Tremel would be? I think I said he'll be Gina from OC.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can actually see that.
yeah, he'll be Gina from OC.
We kind of did
Like,
something similar with like us from the scene. Like I did it with my chat GPT actually. Me and
yeah,
somebody was on the phone one day and we were just talking about it. He said that he did it one day, just playing with it. And I said, let me just see what it gives all of us. So mine is apparently it's a mixture. So apparently I'm a mixture of Nene, Sheree, and a touch of Garcelle.
You are definitely. Yeah, I can see that, but definitely the charade.
Yes.
Yeah, because yeah, definitely charade. You was definitely carrying them bones in season 1.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you was definitely carrying them bones in
Yeah.
season 1. You
Listen,
were, you were.
okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
So funny. That's so fun.
Yeah, it's always interesting to compare and see how everyone would be if they were like someone else. Like I had even said, like Ken would be like Heather Dubrow.
Yeah, I can see that though. You know, Heather loves a good event.
Yeah, she loves a good event. She loves caviar. She loves
Yes,
her
she
big
loves the
homes.
hospitality of it all. Like,
Yes.
yeah, that's Ken. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is so Heather Dubrow. Like, yeah, he ain't trying to be in too much of the drama, but he's gonna get in there a little bit there. So, yeah,
Yes.
yes,
I love it. I love it. Well, it looks like we don't have any questions, which is fine.
yeah.
But this was so fun, so amazing. Again, thank you for being here. I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to enjoy season 2. Again, everyone, season 2 of A Therapist Perspective, from a Therapist Perspective with Twan Dixon is July 23rd at 8 p.m.
Girl, I don't know what time we coming on. Girl,
Well,
look,
the time is pending, but July 23rd, definitely.
yeah, the time is pending. Let me get with my let me get my executive producer. I mean, I am one of the EPs,
Yes,
but let me get with the EP of it all. I
yes.
don't know what time it's coming on.
Period. Well, we are going to be on the lookout over here. I can't wait to review it and talk about the things of the things. So again, thank you so much, babe.
Thank you, love.
Till next time.
All right, bye.
Oh my goodness, that was so fun, y'all. This was such a great time. I cannot wait for the next interview. Again, make sure y'all watch From a Therapist Perspective. I enjoy it. I think the people who have open minds and want to continue to learn, but then also enjoy a cute key, as Twan is a key himself. Watch it, honey. It's going to be a good watch. And yes, we are fully back on brand. It's revving and running, and the engines are nice and oiled up. So you will be seeing Carl and I back on your screens weekly again. So be on the lookout for a reality check, because we got to get into the things of the streets. We got to review this Chase in LA premiere, and we got to give y'all some tea because season 2 is in production and things have been getting into the scene, honey. So until next time, see y'all soon.
Waist up, what's cracking? What's up, little baby? What's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current. Let's get nasty. Say waist up, what's cracking? What's up, little baby? What's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current. Let's get nasty.